Okay, hello there, my lovers. Right, we're back at the docks with Nico. I'm in a slightly better mood today, so let's get back on it. Just will say though, any kind of bug like that in a game, and it just casts doubt over every other puzzle that you have trouble with. But hopefully that'll be it from now on. Right, let's have a look around here. Lovely.
It was the Tower of London, originally built by the French, naturally.
Did not know that.
I was too busy to play the tourist.
Oh, Tower Bridge.
It was Tower Bridge, a magnificent mess of mock Gothic architecture and Victorian engineering. My business was here, not on Tower Bridge.
Nico doesn't like perusing local architecture, apparently. Okay, fair enough. Gangplank. Crate.
The crate was a good hiding place, but I couldn't stay there forever. I couldn't open the crate, and I couldn't move it.
And even if I couldn't give a shit, motherfucker. Right. Another crate.
It was risky, but I thought I could get to the next crate unseen.
Well, you do that. That bloke's obviously blind.
The Xibalba princess lay at anchor just below Tower Bridge. I knew I'd found the right ship as soon as I saw Pablo at the rail.
Talk to him.
Pablo would probably shoot me on sight.
Good point. Guard.
A guard patrolled the deck. He was sure to be armed.
Talk to him. There's lots of items to...
I couldn't let the guard see me. The gangplank crossed a collection of heaving litter. I suppose the Thames was under it somewhere.
Oh my god.
A ladder gave access to the cabin's roof.
Get up there, quick. I don't know if we can die on this. Oh, nice. She can. Okay.
A mop for swabbing the deck stood against the wall.
Right, I can see myself.
It looked like the door to some sort of utility locker.
Mm-hmm.
Metal hooks had been welded onto each side of the door frame.
Metal hooks, eh?
It was the door to the boat's main cabin.
Right, what do we do here? I've had an idea. Open the cupboard, go back up. Bloke goes in, investigates. Use the mop to lock it up. That's my theory. Let's try it. Although there is a fire extinguisher, I don't know if we can use that. Oh, he's having a chat. No, I'm doing it. This wasn't what I was going to do. Ah! Shit. Okay. Could go in there, I suppose.
The tactical advantage of hiding in there escaped me.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. The first death. Ah, so it is possible to die on this game. Well, I'll be darned. Huh. Which makes it even more crazy that that bit with the boar, why they avoided George dying on that bit. Right, so at least we know what we're dealing with now. Right, get up there. Oh. Jesus, he's quick. Right, I think there's some merit in that previous idea of hiding in the cupboard. I mean, of maybe locking him potentially in the cupboard. So we'll try that. Alright, go back up the stairs. Ladders. The ladder. In you go, you brute. Yes. Watch out. Right, quick. He's not reacting very quickly, is he? Yes, okay.
Got you.
Nice. I suppose if we'd waited too long, he would have come out and given us a good hiding.
It was a porthole to the main cabin.
Let's have a look in there.
But the collar woman was there. They'll know it was me.
But you have the stone. The right stone, you're sure?
Yes, of course, it's the Jaguar Stone. No possible mistake. Here it is.
Jaguar Stone.
Karzak, please. The police will be looking for me soon. You're going to get me out of the country, aren't you?
Stop your whining, Obiere. Do you have any idea what this stone symbolizes?
I thought you just wanted it to frighten the natives.
Fool. I intend to cast this stone into the sea.
But why? It's unique.
Exactly. With it gone, the Mayan priest's plan to destroy Tezcatlipoca cannot succeed.
I can assure you that Tezcatlipoca is a mythical figure.
Such a small mind you live in. Tezcatlipoca is real. I have seen him in my dreams.
Crikey.
We've spoken of his plans for this world. We have spoken of your part in these plans.
My part?
He told me you would be useful. He told me how to crush your spirit by turning you to drugs.
My wife died. You know that full well. She was my world, my everything.
And now, you are no longer useful.
Oh my goodness.
She called out your name as she died, you know.
What? What are you saying?
And then they thought you'd done it. It all worked perfectly.
Dark.
You? It was you? You bastard! You monster! For the love of God, Karzak!
Which one?
Oh my goodness. Doo-doo. Oh hell. Whoa. Oh, straight in. God, I hope there isn't a time limit here. Tell you what, I'm going to save it quick. Right. We've got time to peruse now. Oh, there's not much to look at.
Obiere lay sprawled across the table.
Talk to him.
There were no signs of life, but I checked that Obiere really was beyond help.
Thank goodness. Strange.
It was the Jaguar Stone that Obiere had stolen from the museum. It was identical in size and shape to the Coyote Stone. A stylized carving of a jaguar decorated one side.
Yoink.
We were going to need the stone to thwart Karzak. I knew Obiere would have approved. It was the Jaguar Stone, all right.
Oh, hell. Oh, Christ. I think I've done something wrong here. Oh, shit. I've got to do something. Ah! Knife him. Oh, no. Nico is dead. Right, all of a sudden, after not being able to die at all in this game, we're dying left, right and centre. Luckily, we saved it. Right, so let's think. What? I'll give him a bloody stab, I think. Right, let's try that.
I couldn't just...
Hey,
I couldn't just rifle his body without making sure he was really dead.
Yeah, let's cut into the chase a bit there. Okay, fair enough.
Obiere lay There were no...
Strange. Okay.
We were going to... It was the Jaguar Stone, all right.
Right, here we go. Let's give him a bloody good. Yes. Ooh, that was close to another area. Nice one, Nico. Done.
Pirates?
The hell?
I was about to make good my escape when...
What? Who the hell are you?
I can explain everything.
Don't bother.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were making a movie.
So who are you?
Stobart. George Stobart. 2 B's and 2 T's.
It's okay, Mr. Hawks. He wasn't in the shot.
Hawks? This had to be Carlton Hawks, the newest enfant terrible of Tinseltown. I'd read about him. Mailroom boy makes good. Nice to know it was still possible to get to be a director armed with only an encyclopedic knowledge of postal charges.
Stay out of the way, surfer boy. I'll deal with you later.
Surfer boy?
Do you look a bit surfery, George? My goodness, we've got many things to look at here. Good lord. Plank, got everything. Bush. Right, I'll get to the bush later.
The great director. Well, that's what his pose was supposed to say. He reminded me of Ed Wood.
Give you wood. Okay.
What's the name of the movie?
Are you trying to be funny?
No.
It's Treasure Island, the only book I ever read twice.
I don't recall any girls in Treasure Island.
Gotta think box office. People like that kind of thing.
What other changes have you made to the story?
Just a few minor details.
You haven't written out Long John Silver.
Are you questioning my integrity as an artist? Of course Silver's still in it. We've even hung on to Captain Flint.
His parrot.
His trained attack falcon. Why do you think Blind Pew's blind?
Just had a... Well, I thought maybe this is like a porn version they're filming. Just came up with a brilliant title. Long Dong Silver. There you go.
Did you say you've changed the ending of the story?
That's right.
Do they find the treasure?
Yeah, but that comes later, after they've escaped the volcanic eruption.
A volcano?
Sure. Krakatoa.
All the millions spent on a movie, and nobody thinks to buy an atlas. Who's playing Jim Hawkins?
Haiku McEwen. Oh, don't tell me you've never heard of him.
I don't go to the movies too often.
Jeez. Haiku is only the hottest teen star in Hollywood. That's why we're on such a tight schedule. Gotta film the close-ups before he hits puberty.
Christ.
Who's the leading lady?
Don't you recognize her? That's Sharon Kowalski.
Oh, right. I'd never heard of her.
Who has?
You know what the locals call this place, don't you?
No, but I guess you're gonna tell me.
Zombie Island.
Zombies?
A crazed gleam came into his eye.
Get me the writers. Get me makeup. I want zombie pirates
You
in this
bastard.
movie by the end of today.
You complete bastard. Anyway, that was the extent of that. Apologies. My printer is a twat. Right, so we've had a chat with him. Got the camera. Got birds. Lovely. Okay, let's have a look at the camera.
It was a camera mounted on a precarious dolly, or whatever they call them. You wouldn't get me up there. It was the cameraman. Hi, I'm George Stobart.
My name's Harris. Most people call me Flash.
You're the cameraman, right?
That's right.
Why'd they call you Flash? You used to be a stills photographer?
Nope.
I decided not to pursue the subject. There was nothing else I wanted to ask the cameraman.
We know why he's called Flash. Filthy beast.
He was a middle-aged man with a pock-marked face.
How do you do? Hello.
Hi, George Stobart.
Hello, mate.
You're English, right?
Blimey, you don't miss much, do you? Bert Savage. Have you seen what the caterers laid on today? Buns and pancakes.
That's awful.
It's an improvement on yesterday. The buns are stale, but the pancakes are bloody lovely.
Gotta have a nice pancake now and then. Right.
How long have you been in the movie business?
Flipping years, mate. Absolutely flipping years. I was in the army before that. Thought to myself, you've been risking your bleeding neck every day, why not cash in on it like?
So you became a stuntman, just like that?
Nah, of course not. I had to do the training first.
What training does a stuntman do?
First they told me to stand in the road. Then they rammed me down. Straight up. Drove at me with a car. I couldn't believe it. I was up on the bonnet and over the other side before I realised he wasn't stopping. Then they threw me downstairs a bit and gives me a certificate.
Nice.
Did you ever work with Carol Climax?
The Dirty Dachshund? I'll say. Flipping princess, mate.
I heard she was very beautiful.
Mind you, she acted like one too. Ordering this, demanding that.
Did you ever meet Bertrand Obiere?
Meet him? No. I saw him a few times though. He didn't like his wife being in films.
Especially Long Dong Silver.
Do you think Obiere murdered his wife?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Mind you, there were plenty of people who could have done her in.
I thought the public loved her.
Yeah, but people who knew her saw the other side.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
What's that, mate? Stone axe?
No, it's just a piece of polished stone.
Very nice indeed. Shine it up a bit, you get a few bob for that.
There we are. Forest. Do we want to go in there?
It
No.
looked even worse than the ones I'd just been through.
Spent 2 hours in it.
I'd need a damn good reason before I'd go into those woods.
Damn right. I wouldn't let you, George. Don't worry about it. Right, let's check out this bush.
I'd seen a lot of strange things on this island, but here was a bush that was buzzing.
Right, there's bees in there. Stick your head in there, George.
As I walked towards the bush, it started buzzing angrily.
Get in there.
Now I knew why that bush was buzzing.
Hornets.
Hornets.
Bloody hell. Right, so we have to somehow get the hornets to kill everyone here, I imagine. What on earth is she doing with her hands? Oh, hello. Stockade. We need to get in there. Plank. Boy. Right.
It was the famous movie star, Sharon somebody or other.
Kowalski or something like that. Who knows? Who knows?
Hey there, I'm George Stobart.
Well, hi, handsome. You're cute. I wish it was you playing the lead male instead of that kid.
I can't act, ma'am.
So what? I bet you can kiss.
I couldn't believe I was having this conversation with a real movie star.
Oh, God, look at that. Straight off the bat. We've got to go in with it.
What do you think of these?
Ew, they're awful.
You have no idea how much you've just gone up in my estimation.
Okay, right, let's get down to business.
What's it like sharing the spotlight with an actor who's young enough to be your son?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? That's it. Okay.
What do you think of Hawk's treatment of Treasure Island?
It's okay, I guess. I never saw the original.
It's a book. One of my favorites.
Really? The novelization's out already?
What part are you playing?
Pirate Babs, the ruthless and passionate lady buccaneer. It's a great part. I get to kiss a lot, and I kick ass. Like the boots?
The boots are quite lovely. Check out my
I
palm.
found this reed in the swamp on the other side of the island.
God's-
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, And I used it to shoot a poison dart at a wild boar. It was a real-life drama, not just a scene from a movie.
Right.
She was having trouble with the whole real life is not a movie concept.
Maybe she's just a bit confused that you got a little pipe out.
Take a look at this ancient Mayan artifact.
That's just a hunk of stone with a picture scratched on it.
In a way, I guess. You don't happen to have seen anything similar, have you?
No.
See, it could be in the props area, perhaps. It's just been appropriated for the film. But otherwise, this seems quite a tenuous investigation.
It was teen idol Haiku McEwen in his first starring role.
Nice.
Hi there, George Stobart.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Haiku McEwen.
You're playing Jim Hawkins, right?
Jimbo. I had Mr. Hawks change his name.
Jimbo Hawkins, right.
I'd like to see this film, to be fair. Lucky Lumber Coal. Let's go straight with
I
that.
may not be making millions of dollars, and I may not have thousands of nubile, if uncritical, young women lusting for my body, but I've got something that you haven't.
Check this
This
shit out.
small piece of coal.
Man, you're getting freaky on me.
You're getting freaky on me, man.
Is your name really Haiku?
Yeah. It was my mom's idea, okay? When I was born, I was so small and perfectly formed I reminded her of a Japanese poem.
Well, I guess it could have been worse. She could have called you Limerick.
That's my middle name.
Okay.
Did you always want to be an actor?
I don't think of what I do as acting, man.
You're not alone.
It's more like I'm the voice of my generation. What I'm saying for the kids on the street.
Which is what? I'm crap, I'm going nowhere?
Huh? What are you saying, man?
Stobart, get out of shot. Positions, everybody.
I'll get a flip chart and explain it to you later, Haiku.
We get to see some of the film. Lovely.
Haiku, baby, are you ready?
Okay, man. Which scene is this?
You've been captured by Silver's accomplice, Pirate Babs, who's fallen in love with you.
That whirring sound you can hear? It's Robert Louis Stevenson spinning in his grave.
Okay, people, top of page 76, Sharon.
What about my big speech?
It's been cut. Everybody ready?
Up to speed.
All right.
Quiet on the set. Okay, let's make magic.
All right.
Please.
And action!
Oh, this is exciting.
Why don't you forget that dumb old squire and his bunch of merry men? Can't you see we were made for each other?
I know, but Squire Trelawney saved my life, Captain Babs. Why, if it hadn't have been for him, that giant octopus would have made mincemeat out of me.
But right now he thinks you're a traitor. He's locked you out of the stockade, Jimbo.
That 20-foot high wall with spikes might have kept out Silver's men, but it ain't gonna stop me.
Oh, Jimbo.
He's good.
And cut! Good heavy breathing, Sharon.
Natch, I'm a pro.
Natch. Yeah, that was
Did you get the heavy breathing, Flash?
Did I ever, boss? We should have made this movie in 3D.
Haiku, you were great. We're setting up for the stunt now, so get a bite to eat.
By filming the heavy breathing, he meant he had zoomed in on her titties.
Savage, on set, damn it.
Come on, Savage. See up. Oh, this is the stunt man. Right, so Bert's ready. This is pointless, but I'm going to talk to Hawks again. Don't think this will do anything.
Mr. Hawks, I was wondering if...
Not now. I got a movie to make.
There you go.
Time for the stunt, Savage.
Oh.
It's a short run, bounce on the plank, and somersault over the spikes and stockade wall.
Do what?
Plank, spikes, wall, over. Easy, a child could do it.
And
My
die.
age? You must be joking.
I could replace you, Savage.
Yeah, with an arthritic baboon.
Replace me? Lummy, this could be the last stunt I ever perform. I need to think about this. Get myself in the right frame of mind.
A suicidal one would fit the bill for that stunt.
Fine. You do that. In the meantime, we'll break for lunch.
Oh, great. I'm famished.
Stay right there and meditate, Savage.
Tight-ass little git.
Okay, right, so lunch break. So it's time for us to wreak some mayhem, I would say, with those hornets. But let's have a look. We've got a plank here.
It was a plank balanced precariously on a barrel.
Okay.
I wasn't going to upset Hawks anymore by tampering with his props.
Okay. So that's purely for what happens here, I suppose.
More Davy Crockett than Long John Silver. I didn't think Hawks would want me roaming about in the stockade.
You're wrong, George. And we can go down there. It's probably just going to go behind and then out the other end. So the... Oh, hello, there's a moat there I didn't look at. That's a bloody load of spikes there, so probably can't go in there. Oh, the other people have gone. Here we are, popped out the other end. Hello. Drawbridge.
The stockade was surrounded by a dry moat filled with sharp wooden stakes. No way was I going to try and jump it. Those stakes looked real. The drawbridge was up. I couldn't see any way of lowering the drawbridge, or any reason for wanting to.
We want to get in there, George. For God's sake.
It was the forest I'd just come through.
Ain't gonna
I could think of about 30,000 reasons for not going back in there, and all of them had wings.
I agree, George. We can actually exit, of all things. Okay, back we go. Just covering all the bases, just in case I've missed something. So, right. I'm going to have one little quick chat with the stuntman Bertie. And then I'm going to get hornets flying about the place. Somehow. Hello.
I don't want to worry you, but there's a hornet's nest over in that bush.
Hornets. That reminds me of a film I was in. The Black Hornet.
The Black Hornet? I don't remember seeing that one.
Before your time, most likely.
What happens in it?
Lummy, what don't happen in it? I was shot, stabbed, fed to piranhas, dangled from an airship, and trampled by a zebra.
No, I mean, what was the plot?
Plot?
Indeed. One quick chat with Sharon. Sharon!
Hi.
Hi, gorgeous.
I couldn't think of anything else to talk to her about.
Fair enough, George. Right. Hornets. Yeah, we could prod the pole in there. Let's try that. Oh, for God's sake. Throw the bit of coal in there. No. Scraping the barrel. Pennies. No. Okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Let's talk to Hawkeye.
I was talking to Mr. Savage, the stuntman. Is he all right?
What makes you say that?
He's not making any sense.
The guy's English.
What the hell are you saying, man? The English are a fine breed. On the most part. Okay, Flash and Haiku. Right, let's talk to Flash again. Let's hope he doesn't get anything out.
What do you think of Haiku McEwen?
What's to think? The kid will have earned more by the time his balls drop than I'll earn in a lifetime. Good luck to him.
Fair enough. Hello. Pancakes and buns.
Haiku.
Yeah, man.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask him.
Wow. Okay. We got pancakes. We got buns. We got... I think I saw syrup. What was I imagining? Okay, let's get them.
It was a pile of pancakes, much depleted by Bert.
He's over there. How did you manage that? We got a pancake now? Yeah.
It was a plain pancake.
Eat it. Okay, we got buns.
It was a plate of buns.
Gotta love a bun.
The bun was so stale it felt like a small rock. It was a stale bun which could easily have passed for a rock.
There's a clue there. Rock. Syrup. There is syrup.
There was a pot of delicious-looking maple syrup on the table.
Right, I've had an idea already. I've had an idea.
It was a pot of maple syrup.
Got the Canadian doodad on the front. Right, so hornets plus syrup equals mayhem. But how are we going to make that happen? Right, let's combine.
I don't think so.
Okay, the pancake. Alright. Oh.
It was a pancake covered in maple syrup.
Combine that with the...
That wouldn't work.
Okay, let's just sling that in the bush. Oh, come on. That's annoying. Okay, maybe we give it to Bertie.
What have you got there?
Would you like a pancake, Bert?
Don't mind if I do.
The pancake oozed maple syrup all over Bert's chins.
Yeah, you put bloody syrup on that pancake. Now it's messed me all up.
Would you like a bun?
No way. The last one I tried cracked my dentures.
Would you like this pot of syrup?
No way. I'm messed up enough already.
Okay, Bert is covered in syrup, so now he's a prime target for the hornets. Perhaps that's all we need to do.
Hi.
Hi, gorgeous.
Want a bun?
Would you like this bun?
All right. Oh, wait a minute. Hawks is watching me. Don't let him see it. Oh, he's looking right at me.
What's the matter?
Never mind. Just put that cake away and pretend you weren't talking to me.
It's odd. Okay, right, let's talk to Hawks. Maybe start the filming going? I don't know.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask.
Okay. I want to talk through his megaphone. Right, more pancakes maybe? Maybe we just got to get Bert totally tanked. Can we get more?
I didn't want another one of the pancakes in my pocket.
Okay, let's do the old... Yeah. Splodge it on. Okay, and maybe give that one to Sharon.
Hi.
Hi, gorgeous.
Would you like a bite of this pancake?
Hell no. I only have to look at those things and my thighs swell like balloons.
An interesting concept.
Indeed. Okay, stick another one down Bert's gob.
What have you got there?
Another pancake, Bert?
I'm not having another one of them.
Oh, rats. Go on.
Another pancake, Bert?
I'm not having an...
Alright, fine. Okay, so I think it's time for Bush. Although this bun thing must be something to do with the... Aha! Now it's worked.
Those hornets were not pleased.
Okay. Sling that in there. No. They're not pleased, but they're not doing anything. Sling another bun in there. See, some of these puzzles are about repetition, which is bloody annoying. Right, sling it in, George.
Those hornets were not pleased.
Right, that's all we can do with that then. Right, I'm totally stuck now. Oh, just thought combine bun with blowpipe. I don't think that's what we need to do, but you never know.
That was no good.
Damn. Okay, I'll try and give that to Haiku.
Hey, Haiku,
Yeah, man. You got something to show me?
I'd like your opinion on something.
Yeah? What?
Do you like a pancake?
Look at that thing, man. It's dripping with syrup. You'll have every bug in 10 miles on your case if you get that stuff on you.
I guess you're right.
Okay, so yeah.
Would you
bun.
like a bun?
No way, man. I have to be careful what I eat.
Yeah. Never eat anything smarter than yourself.
George is scathing of Haiku there, and rightly so. Okay, let's try and give some to Flash. I think we're on the right track.
He was too busy with the film.
Okay, we'll give some to the director. Get as many people with syrup on as possible.
I didn't think he'd be interested in that.
Bollocks. Right. There's nothing we can do with the camera. We've agitated the hornets. Unless we get some coal in there. No. I don't know what to do now. He isn't going to want that.
Another pancake, Bert?
I'm not having another.
Right. Maybe put some syrup on the plank. I'm scraping the barrel again as usual. No. Stuck.
No.
Alright, one more bun in the bush.
Those hornets were not pleased.
Right, we've set everything up now, but there's nothing more to do. How annoying, pancakes. There's something else here. The camera. I can't imagine.
It was a camera mounted. You wouldn't get.
Buns, pancakes. Any ideas? Forest, bush, Bert, Sharon. I'm stuck. Stuck.
Hi.
Hi, gorgeous.
I couldn't think.
He won't want any more of that.
That isn't it at all. No.
These are my best ideas here, George. Bear with me.
No.
Okay, right. Stuck. Absolutely stuck. Okay, once again, there appears to have been a bug. Because I looked up the solution again, and this is exactly what we do. Okay, low buzzing.
Those hornets were not pleased.
Okay, and then we pick up a Norn and throw it in, which I did last time. Bloody sure of it. So 2 in a row does it, apparently.
Get that camera rolling. This could be good.
Yeah. Going for it.
Cut and printed. That was brilliant, folks.
Alright, he's dead.
Okay, the next scene is down on the beach. This is where Hawkins finds the treasure in the Cave of the Crabs.
Would those be giant killer crabs by any chance?
Giant mutant killer crabs with attitude.
There it was, the rock I'd seen from the camel's hump. Now that I was close up, I could make out a small cave near the top of the pillar.
Oh, hell yeah. How on earth are we getting on there?
Hey, you! Trouble!
Who, me?
I want you to stay right where I can keep an eye on you.
I'm not one of your lackeys, Hawks. I go where I like.
Not here, you don't. The movie company has rented this island for the duration. You're trespassing. Do as you're told or you're gone.
Hell. Okay. Yeah, interestingly, when I looked at the solution again, whoever was doing it still had the lipstick. So I don't know what happened to our lipstick, or whether that's a deal breaker for us completing this game, but a bit buggy this game, I'd say.
The little tent was like a canvas outhouse.
Get in there.
Hey, surfer boy, stay out of there.
Oh, what is it this time?
That's the wardrobe tent. You've got no business to be going in there.
Looked like I wasn't going to get to play dress-up.
Okay, no tent.
It was Carlton Hawks, the megalomaniac director.
Yeah, I'll have a chat with him. Just for shits and giggles.
Why don't you use that cave up on the rock pillar at the end of the beach?
We don't have a stuntman anymore.
Hey, I'll do the stunt.
I appreciate the offer, but if you fall, you'll sue us.
No, I won't.
Everybody hear that?
I heard it.
Good enough, we're covered. Got any experience?
Death-defying leaps, desperate fistfights, getting caught in explosions, you name it.
Okay, people, move out. We're shooting the scene at the end of the beach.
No, we're not. The camera's still bogged down.
Shoot, I forgot about that. No go, Stobart. We'll have to use this cave after all.
No, we
You don't
won't.
look happy.
Why should I be happy? Look at that cave. It's supposed to be where the treasure is.
So?
Look at it. It's crap. Does that look like the sort of place anybody would hide treasure? I should have had props build me a proper damn cave. A cinematic cave.
What do you mean, a cinematic cave?
One with drama. Danger. One that looks like the mouth of a big stone skull would be cool, but I'd settle for drama and danger.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to try and move this camera, but yeah, we could use the handheld one.
It was a portable movie camera.
I'll have that.
Flash?
Yep.
We can't film at the Needle Rock because the camera's bogged down, right?
You got it, chimp.
So why can't we use the portable camera instead?
You know, that's a pretty smart idea.
Okay, I guess we persuade Hawks.
I've been talking to the cameraman. He's got a portable camera.
So?
So you can use the cave in that rock pillar at the end of the beach. That's a dramatic cave if ever I saw one.
We ain't got a stabilized harness for it. The camera'll wobble.
Did D.W. Griffiths have a stabilized harness when he made Birth of a Nation?
You're right, damn it. Hitchcock, Wells, none of them needed one. For crying out loud, Sam Raimi stabilized his camera on a plank. Props, get me a plank. We're gonna wing it. Hot dog. We're gonna do a cinema verite pirate movie. George, get to wardrobe. We're gonna make you a star.
On my way.
Could have done with that lipstick we're missing. Oh yeah.
Ready when you are, Mr. Hawks.
Looking good, George. Bloody hell. Good luck.
It was the stone which Ketchum captured from the Spanish. The Eagle Stone.
I returned to Guaramonte and found that Georges had left a message with Conchita. He'd already left for the Indian village, so I hurried to catch up with him. When I arrived, I found a scene of desolation.
Oh, the village, yeah. Oh, hell.
These sunglasses are Georges.
Georges!
Georges, where are you?
Oh. He was in the warehouse.
Poco, I'm almost glad to see you.
Titty Poco. Oh, you cheeky cunt.
You little asshole. What happened here? Are you responsible for this? And where's Georges? Have you seen him? He was pointing to the remains of a burned-out hut.
Oh, hell. George has been roasted alive. But I'll tell you what, we're going to leave it here for now because I think this has been long enough. I guess we're near the end, so maybe the next one will be the last one, but I don't know. Okay, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Cheerio.